So I would like to apologize. I hope my apology will give you peace, and from here we can move on for the sake of the children. You wrote something in the post that you was addressing me. You said if it wasn't for you, your child would have died of malnutrition. I want to be happy. I want my daughter to be able to tell me to say, Mommy, I miss Wukata. Can I go and meet Wukata? Can Wukata come here? And that happens. Whether I'm still with her dad or not. That's my goal for me. And I'm doing it for my child, not for me. I have my own personal feelings towards the situation, but I choose to put those things aside because there are kids involved. If you come from a broken home, you know what I'm talking about.
Very much. As a government, we are really saddened to learn of the
because unga ikaliloko kwa ibex mtia imagine finotunena ndati ali stenshi ali turufiani afumapo bali amupechi ande chikuru wino sana oko muchicha chako asunzuguli. So what it simply means is that iwenga waisaba president nangulufiani esiani by the virtue of just because wali president. One, niwe munchebwa tapali ofo twingalani na popali iwe. That's number one. Then number two, whatever you do, anyone who asks a question nishari kupata.
What's trending by Zambia? Today we have a lot of amazing topics. Number one, Mwizukanji, YoMaps have come to terms and agreements, and they have decided not to continue fighting. So that's a very good thing. And then we also have the Kwacha appreciating because the Kwacha has been performing very well. Rafael Nakachinda did predict it yesterday. And then we also have the father of the nation debate. So is former Zambian Republican President Edgar Lungu the father of the nation? So that has been a very controversial topic. So other topics that we need to decide for
last
today.
but not the least, we are also going to look at the performance of the Minister of Information and Broadcasting, is Chushi Kasanda. So we're going to look at her performance because there's a lot of people, there's been an outcry of the president sacking her and replacing her, for lack of a better term, replacing her, a better term. Yeah, so that's what we're also going to look at as we have these other discussions.
Exactly. So before we continue, I would kindly remind you to grab yourself some water because this is going to be a very long video. And you guys already know the tradition. Share this video right now if you can hear the sound of my voice. Share this video on your timeline and in 5 different Facebook groups that you belong to. Also, kindly tag about 5 different people because and that is just how the cookie crumbles. Before we jump into today's episode, how are you doing?
I'm good. So though quite sunny, but the temperature indoors is okay, but outside it's really burning, blazing. So hopefully you're okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Lusaka weather is very unpredictable. Yesterday it was raining cats and dogs. Today's pretty blazing hot. It's very unpredictable weather. So I don't really know what to put on, whether I should put on like a raincoat or whether I should put on my tank top. It's very unpredictable. Anyway, enough chatting, so let's get on with business. So what are we starting with?
We are going to start with father of the nation.
Father of the nation. Now mbaba Zambia mweba nensu. We need to talk about this and we need to make sure that this debate comes to an end. When we talk about father of the nation, right, technically speaking, not if you're my emotional, technically speaking, the father of the nation, the father of a nation is the founding father, somebody who sort of fought for the emancipation of that particular country. And in our case, right, this has to be President, Dr. Kenneth Kaunda. He is the one and only father of Zambia. which is our nation. So these other terms and, you know, like slapping people and giving them these very noble terms, I think it's a little bit, I don't really want to use the word disrespectful. I think it's like neutralizing the term, you know, the father of the nation, because we only have one, and that is Dr.
First and foremost, you know, one thing that I would like to ask Zambians is, why do we have titles? Titles. For example, why do we call the president daddy? Or we, you know, in the previous regime, we used to see a lot of, yo, daddy, mommy, you know, the president is daddy, the first lady is mommy, you know. Yeah. I feel like there are a lot of titles, you know. The whole father of the nation shouldn't actually even be a debate that we have to be, you know, debating about and talking about and, you know, just hating each other, you know, over a small, simple issue, you know. So exactly. A lot of people have come to talk about it. Mwaba Mtale being one of the most vocal out of, you know, most of the people as well. Dr. Sishua as well did give his reasoning on who he feels should be the father of the nation, and he said the same thing that, you know, Muna has said, that the father of the nation is, you know, the founding father, who is Dr. Kenneth Kaunda. So, you know, titles, why do we like these titles? Should we even, you know, debate about who should be the father of the nation?
I mean, for me, those are like trivial issues that we shouldn't even be using. However, if these other presidents, or rather former presidents, want to be given a title, I really believe the right title for them is Gallant Sons of the Soil. You know, so father of the nation, that one goes only to Dr. Kenneth Kaunda. I'm sorry, debate over, game over. Moreover, let me just play a clip, a short clip from is it Mwaba Mtale? Mwaba Mtale. This one, he was very emotional on this one, but I do understand where he's coming from, because I don't even want to get into the history of you know, how Zambia was being ruled in the other regime. So it actually 12 August bari wina ba winine aba lushile bari lusa. So let's not get into that, but let's give it up to Mwaba Mtale on this one.
You are unaccountable to no one. Serve, do whatever you want, loot the coffers, steal, if possible, leave the country as worse. You are automatically the father of the nation, because bari kuvotera. No questions asked. Nothing. Olonga wasai pusha. First question now diam. Kudia mwe fisha tase. If you feel no that, because poverty muliva youth yadi yasa nabe njamano ya kupange mpia yadi isalika. So kumona kwa back to wikale wino Mzambia ofiro wa iswa politician number 1. Oro ofiro wa affiliated government ukuliamu. Awe bani. Awe. Chochene cho awe. People must be held accountable for what they do. People must. I'm a minister bonse bali poino stabale saving. Afuira ishi batu say. Awa ichepa Facebook. Bajida mfya bena kampyo bena pombo. Na inenga na pange diru pano muntu isikwete amano. Filafi ni aba basula kampion. Na inofe bala nsura aba baicha. But look what's happening right now. Na timama kampu ya vidi. Bamo ule wafienga baru. Preach peace. What peace? What peace? Is there peace in this country? Bantu bale rara munsalom. Na mansala mukanti munetalo na chona ekati peace.
All right, interesting stuff coming through from Mwaba Mtale. What is our next topic?
Well, our next topic is the topic on the Information Minister. Should she be replaced? How is her performance so far?
First of all, let me ask for your opinion. What do you think about this whole situation?
As you know, just like Dandy puts it in Dandy's voice, her performance has been sad, she hasn't yet picked up. People were expecting for her to pick up because we have seen the likes of Dora Silia, who represented the female folk very well by acting, or rather performing very well when she was Information and Broadcasting Minister. She is an example of a good minister. Others will disagree, but the way she carried herself and conducted herself was full of confidence, and you could tell that Niba minister, but there was a certain presence.
This is what I would say. In comparison, if you had to compare Dora Silia to Chushi Kasanda, Honorable Chushi Kasanda, I think one of the two is media trained. You see, there's a difference between being a good minister and being media trained. Because some people are very articulate, some people are able to sort of exude that confidence. But many a time we have seen Honorable Chushi Kasanda sometimes just lose it. Yes, we all mispronounce. I do mispronounce a lot of words, but there are certain ways that you can sort of try to make light of the moment and just keep on going. Like, let's say for example you make a mistake, joke, you keep it moving, but whenever she makes a mistake, she just seems so defeated in her head, right? She just says, oh man, this is happening again, oh my god.
And it's like confidence, the
confidence just keeps on, because this is getting at her. Like everything that's happening, the people, all the comments, I'm sure she reads them, and she is being affected. So whenever she's like, okay, let me just give them like one good profound speech without any mistakes, and then that thing happens. We all do it. You and I, we all do it. We all make mistakes. Moreover, we are not native English speakers. I'm not a native English speaker. I'm a native Zambian. I speak Lozi, Bemba, and a little bit of Nyanja. So if I were making blatant mistakes in my native languages, then you have the right to like really laugh at me. But English is a foreign language. So personally, I really think it is very petty of us to do this, but I do understand where the majority of Zambians are coming from, because obviously during her inception, right, she was obviously having the same type of problems, and people were expecting her to have had improved, but it's not really happening. So of course, I don't know. I don't know. Like, to me, honestly, simple mistakes in English, that's like very trivial. I don't really care about that. The most important thing is she able to communicate properly, thoroughly, and is she doing a great job as the Minister of Information? So that is another debate. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about, be honest, and let us know what you think about Honorable Chushi Kasanda as the Minister of Information.
Yeah, so let us know if you think Bali should, revoke her privilege as minister and, just maybe find something else for her, because we have seen the addition, in the ministry with the likes of Tabo Kawana, who is more now, in the media eye and space than the minister herself. And the real appearances, she makes their blunders that happen. So let us know what you think.
Yeah, but do you think if, let's say for example, we had to swap them, right? Let's say they had to be swapped, Tabo Kawano and Honorable Chushi Kasanda, do you think that would be what do you call this, like males versus females, that whole debate saying the guys are taking all over the jobs, they're taking all over the jobs is like female against male. Do you think it's going to go to that, or people are able to clearly see that
it's already there? Oscar Chavula, CEO, Hot FM Group of Companies, has been, he did post his view on the matter. He did do that. And the response from some female folk was, they thought that maybe, he was attacking the female folk, because already we do have an unequal representation of, the female and male gender representation in Parliament.
Yes.
So people like Laura Miti did come out and talk about Oscar bullying and
Yeah, but come on, ladies and gentlemen, I do not really want to sound sexist. Oh, by the way, I was looking for the term sexist. You see, the reason why we have an an unequal number of males versus females in parliament, even in leadership roles, is due to the lack of participation with regards to the females. I mean, if you look at the females that really stood up, or rather, participated in the elections, we have just quite a number of them. So you can't really say that we are sexist as a nation because there aren't like a lot of female leaders out there. It's because they weren't really participating like that. There's more males participating. And of course, in the past 20 years, right, there has been quite a number of equal opportunities for both males and females, because even in education, everybody has got an almost equal chance. Of course, it depends on the type of job one is going to go there for. Let's say, for example, you want to do some heavy manual labor type of jobs, right? Obviously, there's going to be preference to males in comparison to females. But I've seen female conductors, female welders,
truck drivers.
I mean, come on, we are a very progressive society, So, but anyway, I digress. Ladies and gentlemen, tell us in the comment section below, and please share this video right now, because we need to remind you, because you do forget a lot. So while you're drinking your water, share this video right now, hit the like button, and tag 5 people. You need to tag at least 5 people.
Very much. As a government, we are really saddened to learn of the
iyi position y'aba minister bakasanda bapele honorable Sweta eo bapele ya position balya bamayo babafunyepo abama ministers ni balya bako bati bale basenda kuba nabo beberawo tulebika pofi ababeni tekisuma sana efya musango efi mwayabulo omuntu pantu fyala sambala penta ala moneka bwino era tachimoneka bwino sana na umoneka bwino lo waisa sune chisungu gwisa suna vata ile baba chiya point bese balande ne chialo waisa suno obubisana umuntu kufiro kucha pronounce demise ni minister wa shaniwe pere ni honorable Subetala landa bwino sana chisungu mwana wandi mwana kashi honorable Susu chamoneke chifulo mama kapokefye pamaka pantu mama yobala bafiro kuwera kuri A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U B W X Y Z nangu babwera kuri A E I O U la le li lo lu ba baby bobu zaze zizozu lo le li lo lu lwa lui lo le lu ala kwena ine bali injinike ishina mfomu tunshi akalabe nishina ishile sune chisungu na isa monga ero baisa nje bati niwe monga list ero banjinika ale lyeshina pakukuntika lyali kokwele bamayo baba wama sana tete bale sune chisungu nga wali tata waishwe chisungu na babika pona shed ne chisote ero bamu efira nala ndiyati lekeni ukufuale fisote kwa tizima Queen Elizabeth no mafile fisote la vila michita obstruct tete mulande bwino chisungu ichashala nomba kusanga monga list pachalo shile niona lebo Susu mayo echipunecho abombeko musale babombeko mwitupisishe ishtana ipo yako batitule sunga mamonga list muchalo inena libwerera ku school nebo grade 2.
What's on the menu?
On the menu, we do have Nakachina's prediction of the appreciation of the Kwacha. He did say that, he has zoomed and he sees the Bank of Zambia offloading some monies, and the Kwacha appreciating against the dollar. And we have seen that happen today. The Kwacha has been appreciating. So...
yeah, so with regards to the Zambia versus, the Kwacha versus the dollar, right? Obviously, we are bound to continue going in the trajectory. So I don't really want to be very technical because, when it comes to trading and all that stuff, that's really my game. So if you talk about the appreciation, right, there has to be certain factors that really lead up to a price appreciating or depreciating. So obviously, in August, right, we obviously saw, market speculators gravitate towards accumulating a lot of kwacha because they saw that the leadership was obviously going to set a different record. So there were obviously more people buying the kwacha. So obviously, in the past few months, right, the past the months we're coming from, right, the price of the kwacha has been either stable or slightly fluctuating towards the upside, but overall we have been ranging in a very specific price range. So this is one of the reasons why, since the initial move since August was appreciation, right, we're obviously bound to continue in that particular trajectory. So I'm not really going to talk about the Elo wave and all these sophisticated terms, but best believe this is obviously something which was bound to happen, and it is bound to happen. And to be honest, I really do see the kwacha going as low as $12, as low as $14 to about $12 in the next coming 6 to 9 months.
Yeah, so would you say it's government deliberately influencing this, or some politicians might make it seem that way, or it's just a natural, normal order of...
So what usually happens is, in order for the prices to move in the market, right, there has to be market makers and insiders. So basically there has to be either a deal has been stricken, or there's just going to be some progressive things happening. So this is one of the reasons why the market makers, the market speculators are getting to accumulate kwacha. So there's obviously nothing wrong with it. Like if people feel like they need to accumulate and buy a lot of kwacha, there's nothing illegal about that, because they expect the kwacha to do very well and for the economy to do very well. So if you see the price appreciating, that really means that the markets are deeming the economy to do and perform very well. So the only thing that I can recommend people to do is during this week, right, we're obviously going to hear like very good pronouncements. We're going to hear maybe a deal has been stricken. There's going to be like some progressive stuff. This is one of the reasons why the markets are reacting. So let's say, for example, Rafael Nakachinda's allegations are true, right? I mean, insider trading is actually a crime, so the government wouldn't do anything illegal, but if the market spectators feel like the economy is going to improve in a specific period of time, the price of the kwacha is going to continue appreciating, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so I think enough of that. So make sure that you do leave a comment, or you can inbox if you want to get some more information about markets from Muna here, who seems to be an expert, about that information. So now moving on, we do have one of one of the topics that, or rather one of the group of people that have been getting a lot of media space and social media attention because of the back and forth, for quite a long time now. The drama keeps on continuing in the fabulous life of your boy YoMaps and his beautiful ladies.
Yeah, his beautiful ladies. That's a good one. I would love to be YoMaps. I'm kidding.
I was saying, so that's basically what happened on Sunday. We took the things there and we left. Obviously, we couldn't have stayed because you could already sense the hostility in the environment. I don't know what transpired between Vanaukata and Vatake Tendai, to be honest. I don't think it's my business, so it's not something that I like to meddle into. What I do know is whatever underlying issues that they have should be sorted out between the two of them. Don't drag me into your messes. For the longest time, I've been dragged into their issues. Vanaukata is, I don't know, maybe they're failing to address each other. I really don't understand what's going on. But I feel like I shouldn't be dragged into it. At this point, we have 2 kids. I have my kid with him. She has hers with him as well. And at the end of the day, for me, what I feel is priority is, regardless of whether we get along or not, those kids are siblings. They need to grow up as siblings. We can have our issues, but where kids are concerned, let us learn to establish a boundary and let them relate as sisters. So I gave it time because I felt like I wasn't in the place to force it. I know these things normally happen with time. You don't rush them. So I gave it some space. But when the birthday thing came out and I communicated with his sister, Precious, and she told me to say, oh, no, it's okay. She actually says Tendai can come through and take there's a photo shoot and whatnot. For me, right, what needed to be done. So clearly we have a lot of underlying issues here. I'm not one to... Sorry, people keep calling me. I'm not one to bring my family issues on Facebook. There are functions that happen. There are events, there are special dates like birthdays that I feel is okay for me to come out and say, oh, happy birthday, Tendai. Happy birthday, Wukata. Moreover, it's not just Tendai that I'm raising in my house. I have 4 other kids here. All of them I special to me. There's no one that's above the other. I try to treat them as equal as I can. So I made that post in good faith. I made that post because I never want a situation where Tendai's birthday is coming. It's in July, the 15th of July, and I'm going to post. And I don't want to be asked, why is it that on Tendai's birthday you posted and on Mukata's birthday you did not? Because to me, they are both my kids. One, I found that's his daughter, and everything that he loves, I love. So for me, you will not find me trying to put one kid above the other. At the end of the day, regardless of what the personal feelings are between the mother, me, and the father, those kids are siblings. My child will remain his child. If he chooses to remarry, that child will become stepchild to another woman, and I would love to build a relationship with that woman for my child's own well-being. I have said things which are offensive. I at some point came on Facebook Live. After pressure had mounted, there was so much drama behind the scenes. People kept on calling me and telling me I was wrong. I was blocking this man from being a father to his child, which has never happened. From the get-go, despite what their issues have been, I've always pushed him. Their issues are their issues, but I've always done my part. So for me, it was a annoying situation to be called and asked all these questions. Today, I can't force someone to do something that they don't want to do, whether it's I can't. So, so yeah, whatever their issues are, those are their issues. For me, my part comes in when I have to start factoring in the fact that we have 2 kids that both need to be loved equally. Yeah. So clearly there are a lot of underlying feelings that I honestly don't want to be a part of anymore. I feel like I'm starting a phase in my life where I want to be free. I want to be happy. I want my daughter to be able to tell me to say, Mommy, I miss Wukata. Can I go and meet Wukata? Can Wukata come here? And that happens. Whether I'm still with her dad or not. That's my goal for me. And I'm doing it for my child, not for me. I have my own personal feelings towards the situation, but I choose to put those things aside because there are kids involved. If you come from a broken home, you know what I'm talking about. You don't want to be 23 years old and then told to say, oh, you have a sister. It's not a nice situation to be in. So because Wanaukata has taken offense clearly by my post, I would like to apologize to her. Whatever it is that I said, I said it out of anger that was fueled by her, to be honest. So I would like to apologize. I hope my apology will give you peace, and from here we can move on for the sake of the children. You wrote something in the post that you was addressing me. You said if it wasn't for you, your child would have died of malnutrition. Years now. Am I lying, baby? I have been pushing for at least my life for the child support issue to be sorted out. Just yesterday, I was saying to my husband I feel like it's better maybe we take this issue to court, because at the end of the day, the person who's going to suffer is the child. She'll come and she's 20 years old and she'll ask her dad, why weren't you here? For me, that has always been my standing point in this situation from beginning. From before we had issues with this lady, that has been my standing point, the kids. So I reached out in December. I have the screenshots to her elder brother, James. I sent him a message saying, where they addressed the child support issue. I said, the child is growing. I think it's about time we start doing our part as well. Because we can't live freely knowing very well that there's a child this side that needs support. I have everything I need. Tendai has everything she needs. I don't know whether Bukata has everything she needs because we are not there. But all we can do is do our part and support the child. He told me to say, let me call the mother. I'll get back to you. And I respected that. I said, okay. A day passed. I asked him to say, oh, I'm asking for the account details. I would like to deposit something for Bukata. He didn't answer. And then later got back to me and said, oh, the mother said she's not comfortable with it. So what was I supposed to do in that situation? Maybe there are people who've been in similar situations who know how to handle such things. I understand they have their issues now. Elton, according to Elton, he's not holding anything against her. So if she has anything against him, I would like to believe that those are their issues. I don't want to get involved. Tendai should not get involved. Bukata should not get involved. Let them.
Yeah, so anyway, YoMaps, Mwizukanji, the whole, entanglement. Can we call this entanglement?
Okay, let's just say co-parenting and the concept of blended families. So blended families are where a man comes with his, children and a woman comes with her, children. But here it's a situation of co-parenting issues of stepmothers and stepdaughters and all that jazza. So baby Bukata, as always, in the middle of it all. But we're not going to, say much. We do have some video clips that are going to give you an insight of what was happening, but we are going to, clap and, just take our hats off for the mature move that both parties have taken. And I must say a big ups to your boy YoMaps because he manned up and, grabbed the boo by its horns and ensured that he told his two ladies, let's end this. Let's make sure that
get along.
Yeah, let's all get along. Let's quit putting it on social media and everybody's in our business. And we did see Kidist apologize, whether it was a genuine apology or not. We'll get it. We're going to get it.
Let the people decide. Was that a genuine apology? Do you think that was coming from the heart, the deepest, sincerest part of the heart of Kidist? I mean, Kidist does sound like a good person. She sounds like a person who's very good. Okay, I'm doing too much. She sounds like a good person. Like if you get on her good side. But of course, my dad always used to say that everybody is good or bad depending on what type of what side you evoke. Let's say for example, I'm being nice to you. You're going to be nice to me. If I'm being evil to you, you're going to be evil to me.
I think for me it's mixed feelings. Yeah, it's mixed feelings because we've seen her, beat up someone. We've seen her insult. We've seen her apologize. We've seen her dance. So mixed emotions.
Exactly.
But all in all, good response from Kidist as well. She did apologize to Vanamkata, aka Mwizukanji, and hopefully they will, hag it out and sing Kumbaya, the campfire, and the family get stronger.
But one person I would love to, send a big shout out to is Baby Bukata. Baby Bukata is one hell of a hustler. She already has, like some brand deals. She's doing major things online. And of course, we just have to give like a round of applause to Mwizukanji because Mwizukanji is definitely grooming and preparing Bukata for the future. Because she's business savvy.
She's utilized the moment. She's utilized the situation, though a bad situation or a not so good situation, but she has managed to pick herself up, and not only herself but her baby Bukata and her family as well. So that's big ups to Mwizukanji. It's a round of applause for everybody.
I haven't given my opinion on
you haven't. What is your opinion?
Well, my opinion on YoMaps is, he's doing very well. I understand it's very difficult to handle multiple ladies and obviously make sure that everybody's being treated fairly. But to give him props, right? He's no longer with Mwizukanji, so he's overall allegiance, goes to Kidist and his family, because he moved on from the situation that he had with Mwizukanji. However, he needs to be responsible. He needs to take care of his seed. I do not condone, or rather, mess with people, especially guys who make girls pregnant, they make babies, and then they just end up abandoning the babies. To me, you don't really deserve, to eat on the same table. So I respect guys who man up, who make sure that their kids are being well taken care of. So YoMaps, whatever you do, make sure you are there for baby Bukata, and you're responsible. You pay the bills, you take her to school, you make sure that she's not really lacking anything, and you need to be the fatherly figure, because she's a female. She needs, a fatherly authority in her life, and you're the only guy, or rather, you're the only man who can provide that guidance and attention to her. So you better man up on that one, and you need to make sure that there is equality, especially as far as your children are concerned. So make sure you treat them equal, and just do what you have to do as a man. But big shout out to you for making sure that you swallow your pride and just make this apology and make sure that your family comes together. So big shout out to you, YoMaps. You did very well.
I still maintain my stance on being balanced in the equation. I know you're balanced too. So my words would be to Mwizukanji as well. So Mwizukanji, please allow the man to be the father to this, lovely, amazing, beautiful daughter that you have, and just like Vanatendai said, let her also be a part of, this beautiful young, young child's life. So it is very important, whether we like it or not. At some point, she is going to spend some time with Vanatendai, aka Kidist. So with that said, Zambia, what is the obsession with Kidist? I don't know if it's just only me who's noticed anything that she does. Everybody's just obsessed with Kidist.
Yeah, I think Kidist is it antagonist? I don't know. What do you say? Protagonist?
Protagonist.
Okay,
Which one is it?
So basically, Kidist, cheap on everybody. It's more like this is because allegedly it looks like Kidist broke a happy union. So naturally, Zambians, especially Zambian ladies, they tend to hate the girl who continued the relationship with the young man. So a lot of them really believe that it was Kidist's fault that they kind of broke up. So they love to look at her differently, So this is one of the reasons why she's always defensive, because whatever she's going to do, people are going to be like,
I mean, she said roll on, and it was an issue, and yet, she was correct. And big shout out to Kidist. She's got really good English.
But anyway, if you had some with the important. But the thing is, the major thing is, there's always going to be a favorite and the least favorite in anything. Even we're doing this podcast, whatever, together, right? Some people might hate me, they might just say, okay, I don't really like that guy, and they like you more, because you've got shorter hair and all that stuff, So it's always like that. The people are always going to practice favoritism, We always love to hate people, and we always love to love certain people. So it's a human thing to do. Unfortunately, Kidist is the one who got the shorter end of the stick because her situation. But anyway,
Yeah, so make sure that you do watch from the beginning to the end, because we do have, video clips that are going to make sure that you do understand what has been happening from Mwaba Mtale's rant to Kidist and YoMaps going live, and, just hashing things up with Mwizukanji. Remember, this is a Z Corner TV, so make sure that you do subscribe, make sure that you do like, and make sure that you do share to at least 5 groups, 5 pages, 5 everything. WhatsApp groups, family groups. Let them know that we're on.
Yeah, so do we have any other topics?
That is all. It's done.
Oh wow, man, I'm really loving this. Well, today's topics were pretty interesting, and of course, I'm always happy to see your lovely faces. You guys are looking so good. And kindly share, help us grow the platform, support us whenever we're here. And in case you don't really like the way we do things, you can always let us know. We're never ever going to delete comments. We never ever delete and block people. Here we've got democracy. It's all about democracy. If you don't like me, type everything that you don't like about me in the comment section below. Be mean as you can. Just be nasty, you know, because by the end of it all, your criticism is going to help improve me, and I'm going to be able to be a better person. I just get to learn and just move on. So this is one of the reasons why your feedback is very, very important. So this is all we had for you. I hope, this one wasn't really that bad. I really hope it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, so
BBC guys. By the way, no BBC.
Cut. Promising a lot. Just,
all right.
Yeah, but
all right.
Yeah, you let me know. You'll be giving me the situation and guys to kick in.
All right. Microphone check 1 2 1 2. What is trending in Zambia today? We have some hot topics. Mwizukanji, Kidist, YoMaps, they've come to terms with each other and they have apologized. Father of the nation debate, we have to talk about that because this has been a very strong topic, or rather a very controversial one, And then the Kwacha continues to appreciate. Rafael Nakachinda, using his binoculars, was able to predict this move. So obviously today, the Kwacha has been doing very well. What other topics do we have today?
Well, last but not the least, we are also going to... Okay. But there's your buds.
Okay, cool. We're keeping this one. Just stop. Then we start recording. Okay, no, we can just continue. This will be the blooper action.
Shit. Okay. 6 years of doing the same shit. It can't go away in one day. We'll
right.
try it less.
Press continue. Other iMac.
It's not yet given me that option.
Okay. So